Hi, I'm Pastor Ralph, and today I'd like to read part of a story about the secret of peace from Max Lucado's Tell Me the Secrets. Josh watched Eric get up from the table, walk across the room, and stand by the kitchen window. I don't understand it, Grandpa Josh. All I did was stand up for my beliefs. Rain streaked the pane. Josh stirred his coffee. Eric stared out the window. Both were silent. Eric wondering why the kids laughed at him. Josh wondering what he would say. I'm not the only Christian in science class, Eric broke the silence. Why didn't anyone else speak up? Tell me again what the teacher said. Eric looked at Josh and let out a sigh. He said I should know better than to believe in God. And the students laughed? Yeah, they laughed. They laugh at anything he says. You've got to understand, this teacher is a class act. He's young, he's sharp, the girls think he's handsome. We're not talking old fogey here. We're talking about the most popular teacher in school. Did any students speak up? Not for God. I guess they didn't want to look foolish. Eric turned again and looked out the window. I guess they didn't want to look like me. What bothers me most is not the silence of the kids, but the silence of God. What do you mean? Josh asked. Why didn't he do something? Why did he let everyone laugh at me? Why didn't he zap the teacher or shake the room? How do you know he didn't? 'Cause I was there. When the teacher asked who believed in God, I raised my hand. He said I was foolish, and everybody laughed. He lectured for 10 minutes on how faith was old-fashioned. I didn't see God do anything, not one thing. Josh stroked his long mustache and smiled. You know, Eric, you aren't the first one to ask that question. What do you mean? Go to a hospital, walk up and down the halls, and you'll find people asking the same thing. Why doesn't God do something? Go where hungry people are. They'll ask it too. If God is alive, why doesn't he help? You're not the first one to ask the presence of God question. Josh stood up and motioned. Follow me. I want to show you something. The two stepped into the study where Josh kept his treasure chest from Africa. Josh led Eric to a table in the corner. Have I shown you my pets? He asked, pointing to a glass cage. Inside the cage, 4 little mice huddled in a corner. When did you get these? Melva bought them last week at the pet store. She loves animals. Here, meet Ezrod. Josh reached into the cage and lifted out the smallest of the mice. He was snow white with a nose that never stopped wiggling. He was born here, right in this room. Eric was puzzled. What does a mouse have to do with looking stupid in science class? Ezra has something to teach you about peace, Eric, Josh explained as he put the rodent in Eric's hands. What? The mouse knows how you feel. Eric turned Ezrod around and looked at his small, whiskered face. I don't get it. Well, Ezrod has questions too. Eric rolled his eyes. Right, like what? Like the other day, he complained about the monsters on the wall. Come on, Eric chuckled. No, really. See the framed photograph? Well, that's you and Melva. Ezrod doesn't think so. He's convinced that it's a window with 2 monsters staring in, waiting for a chance to eat him. Josh, you're crazy. Eric was starting to laugh. Josh's eyes twinkled. And that's just the beginning. See the walking stick in the corner? Yeah. Ezrod thinks it's a snake. You're kidding. It doesn't look anything like a snake. Ezrod doesn't know that. You know what else he complains about? What? He complains that I leave him alone in the room too much. He thinks if he can't see me, then I'm not alive. If he had his way, I'd be here in this room 24 hours a day. Do you wonder why Josh is showing Eric Ezrod and why he's telling him about what Ezrod sees and about his questions? Well, let's think a little bit about that. What does Ezrod have to teach Eric? And we'll think about it for the next day. And when I see you again, we'll finish the story. So thanks for joining me. I'm Pastor Ralph, and I so enjoy reading stories to you. And I hope that you get to enjoy these stories too with maybe your family or maybe with a friend. Well, you take care. Goodbye, and God bless you.